Hey, it's Gary. I would love to see more of you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd certainly appreciate if you did, as we've been hacked and we're starting from scratch. So I'd love to spend more time with you. And I'm going to have you think about today how much emotional intelligence you have or don't have, or either your friends have or don't have, based on how somebody interprets or reads a text message. Communication is so important to success, and I've seen so many. In fact, just recently, I had somebody literally that I've known for years, totally boom, just simply off text messaging, boom, never contact me again. Okay, all done. So let's talk about why this happens, all right? And you're going to see how so much of this has to do with emotional intelligence. So let me switch cameras here. I've got a light in the way, I think. All right, let me get that out of the way for you. Oh, well, let's see here. Sorry about that. Okay, let's talk about this emotional intelligence thing. All of this has to do with how you interpret a text or how somebody interprets one of your texts. Have you ever sent a text, and I know you have, you sent a text to somebody and they come back with a totally off-the-wall response because they misinterpreted it? And I tell you how many times I've done this because I'm so busy. Somebody sends me a text, I'll read half the text or just skim through it, assuming I know what it meant, and I'll respond with an answer that has nothing whatsoever to do with what that person said. Now, even if I've taken time and looked at the text message, sometimes I totally have no idea what they're saying, or people have misinterpreted mine. So let's say you get a text message from me, or I send you a text message. Let's say I send you this text message. I slapped my bird. Now, if you know me and you followed me, you know I have two amazing cockatoos. I'm looking for another pen here. I have two amazing cockatoos. So watch how we can interpret this, okay? Here's this. I slapped my bird. All right, it could be I slapped my bird. It could be a question mark. I slapped my bird. We could put a comma here and say, I slapped my bird. So now we got 2 or 3 different meanings so far. Or it just could be, I slapped my bird. I slapped my bird? Maybe I slapped your bird. Now we got another interpretation. It can go on and on and on. Now, how does this have anything to do with emotional intelligence? How do you determine if somebody is emotionally intelligent or mature? Here's the best baseline to do that. Are they able to look at other people's viewpoint? So somebody who's emotionally mature, instead of everything being their way and one-sided, instead of perceiving our way as how we looked and read this text, our perception, we have emotional intelligence to say, wait a minute, maybe I'm reading that incorrectly, or not reading it incorrectly. It says, I slapped my bird, but maybe I'm misinterpreting it incorrectly. And maybe it could even be verbally. So if you have high emotional intelligence, the moment you read something or hear something from someone that you immediately feel triggered or angered or this is ridiculous, boom, you can stop it right away and go, maybe I read that wrong, or maybe I read that in the wrong way, or maybe I quite just didn't understand things. Let me have that again, or say that again, or what did you mean by that? That's emotional intelligence. So I have seen so many business deals, I've seen relationships destroyed like that, all because somebody misinterpreted a text. I had one lady, this was just, I think was it this week? It was just this week. She texts me and says, well, blah, 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 and because you were mad, and I'm looking at that because I was mad. You know what you have to do to get me mad? And I barely see this person. I mean, I see this person once every other month, maybe, maybe that. And how in the world are you telling me I am mad off of a text where in that text there's nothing in there that makes me sound like I'm mad because you can't hear the darn text. Emotional intelligence will make a massive difference in how you interpret things. So here's another level of emotional intelligence that I strongly suggest you do. Couple initials, N, F, T. And here's another one, N, F, E. What I have learned to be an effective communicator, leader, friend, etc. How many times have you received a text or an email and it seems in your mind a little heated? So now if you respond, but let me tell you what, if it's heated, no matter how you respond, it's probably going to be a lose-lose situation. And if you do respond, they interpreted that as more heat, more problems. They come back and hit it again. The moment I see one text or email like that, especially from somebody close to me or, a team member, I respond with this in a text. NFT. What is NFT? Not for texting. Why do I do an NFT? Because if we communicate verbally on the phone like mature adults, I will not be able to misinterpret, or you will not be able to misinterpret, I slapped my bird. I slapped my bird? I slapped my bird? So I immediately go to NFT and stop the back and forth texting. And when you stop the back and forth texting, you immediately break the pattern of the misinterpretation, and then you can go ahead and communicate. If you don't feel like verbally communicating, not for text, let's chat later. Nothing wrong with that. This is how you break the pattern and also add more to your emotional intelligence, because you're telling yourself right away, wait a minute, I might be misinterpreting this text or not reading this the way they wanted me to send that message to me, or how they wanted to send it to me. So I'm going to stop this pattern right now. I'm going to break it, and we're going to go NFT. Now, what's NFE? NFE is very similar to NFT. We're just going to use this for emails, not for emails. So if you're sending me something that you feel is really important and it's a little heated, I go to NFE right away. We're not going to email this. We're going to be mature adults and we're going to communicate verbally. So NFE and NFT takes you away from the misinterpretation, and the moment you use NFT or NFE, what you're doing is you're leveling up on your emotional intelligence, because you're telling yourself right away, wait a minute, there's a possibility here I may be misinterpreting what's going on. I think we ought to stop, or vice versa. Maybe you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. And this is also very effective for those of you who are communicators, speakers, coaches, authors, because you want to make sure that you know how to effectively communicate your message where it's not misinterpreted as something other than what you meant. All right, hope you've enjoyed it. Again, subscribe if you haven't. Love to see more of you. Love to see your comments as well. I'm out of here. Maybe in the next video I'll bring one of my birds with me that I haven't really slapped. Between now and the next time we get to chat, you know what to do. And if you don't, you do now. Don't let others rent space in your head. Have a blessed day.